Today on Spotlight, we'll be visiting Fire Station number 2. We'll take a look at the fire truck and ride the lift. Stay tuned. Welcome to Spotlight. I'm your host, Brook Bortz. We're here at Fire Station number 2. I'll be talking with Captain Mathis, and we'll be having a look at the truck. We'll even be going up on the ladder. Stay tuned. All right, we're going to be, I'm talking with Captain Mathis right now. Later, we'll have a look at the truck, which I'm really excited about. But first, I wanted to ask you a few questions.
Okay.
So as a fireman, are a lot of the respond calls that you go on fire-related, or are they just emergency phone calls emergency calls that you get, that you respond with the EMS?
A lot of times we don't have a lot of building fires, structure fires, depending on time of year too. You know, during the summer, this past summer we had a lot of wildland fire. But we go to wrecks. We respond with our EMS division on wrecks and some trauma calls. We did quite a bit of dive recovery this past year.
Dive recovery?
Yes, ma'am.
So people that are
Have
scuba diving, and
no,
then they have
people that have drowned, either recreational boating or fishing or something like that, swimming. So we never know what we're going to get into. It's always something different.
Okay, and you even deal with like random instances. Earlier, you were telling me that someone was on your lawn that had a seizure,
Yes.
and you just ran outside and y'all helped them then?
Yes, we have people come in the fire station all the time. We've had people come in for food, for fuel. We had a guy come in one time that shot himself in the hand. We have people come in that just stop by that aren't feeling good. We had a guy leave his job one time and come here because he wasn't feeling good, and he was scared to tell his employer that he left, and he just left and showed up with chest pains at the fire station. So we never know what we're going to get into.
You would think that someone with chest pains or hurting would go to the ER.
He came to the fire station. So we never know.
Interesting. And do you guys, how many fires do you fight, let's say on a week, or even on a daily basis? Is it once a day, or is this something you see once a week?
I would probably say that we respond to maybe 2 or 3 fires of some sort during the week. Now that's not including the fire alarms that we go to, the vehicle accidents that we go to, and sometimes that's a hard number to give because we may not respond to any fire calls this week. It may be all wrecks or EMS calls.
Okay.
So.
Alrighty. I'm curious, and this is just for me, I guess, but
Okay.
What has been your most frightening / exciting experience that you've come into, that you've ran into while working at this station? How long have you been here for, first of all?
19 years.
Okay, at this specific station?
Yes,
Okay.
19 years. And part of that was as a volunteer. The majority of the paid firemen here started in the volunteer fire department and then promoted into a paid position. As far as my most frightening or memorable experience, I guess the only thing I could say as far as memorable experience was being 47 feet deep in the Trinity River by myself in the black water. So that always sticks in my mind when somebody asks me, have you ever been scared? Well, you go 47 feet deep in the Trinity River by yourself, it's not fun.
Did you have a scuba mask on and a tank?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. But the water's totally black. You can't see anything.
Wow.
So.
Why were you down there?
Well, we were making a recovery. There was a gentleman that drowned, and so that's just something that always sticks in my mind.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure. That's pretty deep. I guess that's about it. I want to have a look at the truck.
Sure.
And see some of the gadgets
Sure.
on the outside and on the inside.
Sure.
We'll also go up in the ladder.
You bet. We will.
And great. Let's get to it.
Sounds good.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Let's head up. I want to head over here and have a look at, I think it's the pumps that are right there, right?
That's all the controls that operate the fire pump and the different hoses and things that we fight fire with.
Okay. So show me a little bit about what each of them do.
Okay.
There's a lot of them here.
Well, all these different levers put water in all these different fire hoses that we have here on the truck.
Mm-hmm.
There's some hoses that come off the back of the truck. We have a 5-inch on the back of the truck. There's 1,000 foot of 5-inch on the rear of the truck that we supply the truck with from a fire hydrant.
Wow.
It hooks up right here. All these different discharges have their own gauge. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Pump coolers, this pump cooler just circulates water through that pump. If we're not actually flowing water, just to keep things cool. Okay, we have the same thing with an engine cooler.
Okay.
Circulates that antifreeze. Okay. This right here puts water to the aerial device. Okay. This is a 2,000 gallon a minute pump, and the communication system that we talked about, or that we will talk about. A firefighter can stand right here with a headphone out of the cab of the truck and talk to the different stations. He can talk to the pedestal operator or the aerial operator that's in the aerial device.
Okay, the ladder that goes up?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
And these levels, there's a couple of them around the truck, and they indicate that the truck is level. And the reason for that is when we deploy the aerial device, we want the truck in a level position so that we're not putting more pressure or weight on one side of the truck or the other.
Makes sense.
Okay.
And okay, so what are some of these doors for over here?
Okay. And one other thing that I didn't mention about the pump is that the pump panel, with all the operations for the operator, are up top. Okay.
Okay.
And right here is where the pump operator will stand if this aerial device is deployed. And the reason for that is if this aerial device does happen to come in contact with a power line, that operator's not standing on the ground. He's part of the truck.
Wow.
So.
That's smart. Very smart. All right.
As far as our equipment on the truck, we have 6 of these spare air bottles around the truck in these little compartments right here. To replace the air bottles, the air packs are in the cab of the truck. We'll look at that in a minute. This is our 5-inch hose that we supply with from a fire hydrant. Okay.
Golly, that's only 5 inches. It looks so much. It looks
big.
so much thicker.
Yeah.
Wow.
We have some really special ventilation saws that we use. This saw right here has a carbide tip chain on it to cut through shingle roofs. This saw here is a circular saw that we have different blades for that to cut through metal or concrete.
Wow. Now, the jaws of life.
Okay.
Would you be using something like that, or is that a bigger?
Okay, the jaws of life is on this rescue truck over there, and we can go look at that too if we have time. That's up to you.
Cool. And I mean, is it bigger than that?
Oh yes, the jaws of life. Yes, ma'am. And actually, the jaws of life is a term. The jaws of life is more than one tool.
Okay.
Of course, with advances today, now it's becoming more smaller and more compact. But we can look at those jaws of life later.
Okay.
Okay.
Great. We'll head over there later. Let's see.
One of the things that ISO requires. One of the things that ISO requires, and ISO is the Insurance Service Office that establishes our fire insurance for our citizens. A lot of this equipment is spec'd on this truck per NFPA, which is what governs who we are and what we do, but ISO also. So a lot of this equipment is listed on that. In this compartment right here, We have a lot of different tools. There's some blades for the circular saw that we talked about. We have a ventilation fan, smoke ejector to remove smoke from a building.
Which I'm sure comes in handy.
Oh yes,
you use
it
it
does.
a lot, I'm sure.
Yes, it does. We have a lot of different forcible entry tools in here that we use.
Okay. Great.
Anyway.
Alrighty.
There's that ISO, one of those things. 13 salvage covers we have to have on the ladder truck.
And salvage covers are?
Salvage covers, we can use these to cover furniture in a building. We can also use these to remove water from a building. We can make water chutes to redirect water inside a building.
They're just big tarps, basically,
yes,
right?
big tarps to try to prevent some of the damage inside of a building if at all possible.
Great.
Okay. Another really, well, we're not there yet. This is a cutting torch that we're required to have. This right here is a high-rise pack. There's 150 foot of 1 3/4 hose in here. All the connections, a nozzle, spanner wrenches. If we have to go in an apartment complex or something like that, a firefighter can just grab that pack and go and hook up to the standpipe system inside an apartment building, or some of the banks have standpipes and things like that.
This is a big step up.
All right.
Very cool. And so, are these?
These are called parade covers. They're just something to look pretty. That's
okay.
it.
Because they're not strapped on very well. That's why I was wondering. It's like a little.
Right. If we have a fire, the firefighters can throw these out of the way and put their air pack on.
Okay. Interesting. And these, some flashlights.
Flashlights. We have an electric thermometer in the fire truck that kind of help us pick out some hot spots. We don't have a thermal imager in this fire truck. We have one in our first out truck.
Oh, okay.
The radio in this truck is designed, and we're undergoing some radio changes right now, so it's not in service right now, but the radio in this truck is designed to be able to page out any of the fire departments in Walker County from the cab of this truck. And like I said, we're undergoing some radio changes right now.
Interesting. Now, what is this big?
Okay, this is the engine compartment.
Oh, okay.
This is where
the
the engine.
Okay.
This
Well, right, because it's not in the front, because it's flat.
Right. It's flat.
Okay.
There you go. It's flat. We have a flat truck.
Yeah, you do. Very cool. And sometimes you see firemen on the side of trucks, from the back of trucks. That's in the movies.
That's
like
in the
earlier.
movies. We can't do. They used to do that. They used to ride on the tailboard. We can't do that anymore.
So all the firemen have to be in this compartment?
All the firemen have to be in here seat belted in.
Okay. We're going to have a look at the Jaws of Life, something they have on the back of this truck.
That's right.
Let's see it.
All right.
Whoa, that is...
Okay.
And you were right. It's not just a single...
No, so many times the people think that it's just one tool. It's really, the Jaws of Life is a set of tools.
Right.
And depending on manufacturer and make, as to what type of tools they are. This is our spreader, and these are our Model O cutters.
Wow, those are
very,
huge.
very powerful. We have 2 more cutters right up here. We are in the conversation of trying to get a set of these right here that are battery operated, that have cutters and spreaders in one tool to put on our first out truck.
Wow.
These things run off this hydraulic power unit.
I mean, and it's not quiet. Right. This thing looks grizzly.
No.
It probably makes it's
Right,
loud and,
right.
and powerful.
And if you think you're tough, Brook, just try to pick this thing up, you know.
Right.
Because
it'll test your
that's
masculinity.
Right. They're not real light, and if you have to work with them for any amount of time, we never know what position our vehicles are going to be in that we're trying to remove. We remove the vehicle from the patient. If you've ever thought about that, to keep from moving that patient.
Right.
What
can this cut through? How thick of material, or I mean, does it cut through steel? I guess
oh yeah, we can cut door hinges. We actually have some guys that really specialize in this stuff, and they we discussed it yesterday. They just went to a vehicle extrication class in Katy, and we think that they're going to have the opportunity to go to the factory where they build Hummers and learn how to cut up Hummers to go teach the military.
Nice.
So that is really an awesome opportunity.
Wow.
So
that is grizzly. Wow.
Yep.
And you only have one of these on this truck. There's none of the other trucks have.
Actually, there's another set of spreaders and another hydraulic power unit on this truck, and we also have another 1-ton truck that has pretty much a matched set of this on it in case this vehicle is out in the county and we have another call. We can respond in that other truck.
Right.
And that has happened several times. Wow.
Alrighty. Well, great. I have to have some kind of belt to go around me, right? So what is it?
This is a ladder belt, we call. It has attachment points where we attach yourself inside the platform here just to prevent any accidents.
Okay.
So.
All right, let's do it. All right, so I'm here with Captain Mathis. We're getting ready to go up. We're all strapped in. We're not going anywhere. Our cameraman is strapped in, so he's not going anywhere. And I want you to talk to us about the board here. What do the functions do? Okay.
What I have here is a communications device along with this right here, but this right here is a headphone that we wear. We have an operator down at the pedestal on the platform. He has one as well. With this communication device, we can also talk to our dispatcher. There's a couple of other stations on this certain fire truck that we can talk to and communicate back and forth with the different stations.
Cool. Alrighty.
This speaker right here is a communication device as well, and it's just a speaker, voice activated. The guy at the pedestal can hear everything that we're saying, and we can hear if he talks to us.
Okay.
We have all the different controls for the positions of the aerial device. These are electric controls for the water monitor on the front of the aerial device. That's a 1,250 gallon a minute nozzle. We have a 2,000 gallon a minute pump on the ladder truck. We have.
So you have two different pumps?
No, ma'am.
Or just one?
There's a 2,000 gallon a minute fire pump. Okay. And this nozzle right here will flow. It's rated at 1,250, but we can push about 1,800 gallons a minute out of it.
Oh my gosh.
This platform will hold 1,000 pounds at any angle, any elevation, not flowing water.
Okay, good.
So
all of our weight's not going to be weighing it down.
So
that's good to know.
That's going to be about 5 or 6 firemen with their gear. Okay.
Wow.
And if we're flowing water, we can hold 500 pounds because of the weight of the water.
Right.
And the reaction of that nozzle to the pressure of that water. We also have a rappel arm on the front of the platform. It can be used for a firefighter to rappel to a below grade location. Some situations we could use it as a high point anchor for a rope rescue. we can turn it around like that right there. And we have a special Stokes basket that we can put. You see these rubber knobs? We have a special Stokes basket that we can put on there with a patient in it and strap them down to the platform and rescue them or extricate them, evacuate, whatever word you want to use, from an elevated location or below grade. And that way they're sitting up there on top of the platform secure.
Alrighty.
All right, y'all ready?
Are you ready?
We're ready.
I think I'm ready. I guess I'll find out.
Turn us on, Josh. We're going to go. We're going to go all the way.
Let's do it. 100 feet?
100 feet, yes, ma'am.
About 10 stories, right?
That's right.
Lord. Okay, let's do it.
You got us on? There's a platform master.
The platform master?
Yeah.
You want to get a shot of him? It looks like he's
All right.
That's our platform master. He is talking to Captain Mathis over here. And we're going up.
There's a switch that I was telling him it's labeled platform master. That's what sends power up here.
Oh, okay.
Okay, ma'am.
I can lean against this, right?
No, I would never have that.
Okay.
Okay? I couldn't allow you to lean through that. See, you're up. It's
Okay.
your turn.
Oh, it's I'm doing the...
Go for it.
Okay. Let's see.
Okay. Okay. I want to show you some things here, okay? This is how we raise the platform, okay?
Okay.
This is how we raise it.
Are we raising?
We should be.
Oh, yep, there we go.
We are raising. Okay, see we're moving?
Okay, I see it.
Okay?
Wow.
I just let go of it. And you
we
notice that we didn't bounce or jump or anything like that, okay?
Right.
And that's because of the way these controls and these hydraulic valves are made. It's called a feathering effect, okay? They're feathered valves.
Okay.
So it kind of...
It's safer. I mean,
yes.
if you're 100 feet and it starts jerking around,
it puts less stress on the equipment that way.
Okay. Very cool.
All right. We want to go left.
We want to go left.
Pull that.
Okay.
Okay.
So I have to pull it up because that'll unlock it, right?
Right. That unlocks it.
Here we go.
And go left.
Pull it up and go to the left. There we go. Oh my goodness. Are we up? How many feet are we up right now, would you think?
Oh, we're probably about 60 feet.
60 feet. Goodness gracious.
Okay.
Are we going all the way over?
Yeah.
Very cool. Not as bad as I thought. I think it's because it's so smooth.
Yeah, it is smooth.
If it was jerking around, I think I'd be worried for my life, but it's not too bad. So we have one that goes up and down, one that goes left to right, and this one right here is the extend retract, it says?
That's right.
Okay, what does that one do?
The extend retract. Hang on just a second.
Oh, well that means it'll bring us closer to the truck.
In or out?
In or out.
Okay, lengthwise.
Right. Okay. Look how far up we are. There's the control. The control master. What do you call him again? The guy that's running the.
No, What I said a while ago was a switch. I had my headphones on and I told him to turn the platform master on, and that sends power up here.
Okay, but what is his title? If he's down there communicating with you, what was his title again?
He would just be he's the operator.
The operator, okay.
He has ultimate control of what we're doing.
Okay.
If we are performing an operation that he's not comfortable with, he can kill that platform master. That's a switch.
Okay.
Or he can take over the operation of this platform anytime.
Wow. Okay. Very cool. We've just gone even higher. Is this as high as it goes?
No.
Oh gosh. Oh, now we're going back, like almost directly over the truck.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. How cool. You can see over all of Walker County, basically.
You can see pretty good from up here.
And you were telling me earlier, we were talking about how often you actually use this extended ladder. I mean, because we don't live in the city of Houston where there's skyscrapers, so I'm wondering how often you actually use it.
This truck is required to respond to all structure fires in the city limits per ISO, and that's ISO is the Insurance Service Office, and that's how we determine our fire insurance for our residents.
Okay.
And so that's one of the things that's required is that this truck roll off structure fires in the city. We use this truck. Most of what its use has been in the history of it being here is to fight big fires. We fought some big fires in Elkins, some big fires here in the city. We've had a couple of apartment fires that we've been on with it. We fought a big fire in New Waverly with it, and most of what the reason for that is because we do have the biggest fire pump in Walker County on this truck. It's a 2,000 gallon a minute pump. Wow. And this elevated master stream on the front of the platform here is a big help for big fires and exposure protection. And
this is the only truck that it's on, right? Those two things are on, the pump and then the...
We have another ladder truck that's a 50-foot ladder truck, and it does have an elevated master stream on it as well.
So this one's the biggest one that you have then?
Yes, ma'am.
Very cool. Wow. So you guys go on calls for fires all over Walker County?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, great. So are we up as high as it goes?
Yes. We're headed back down.
High. I think we were over the tallest tree.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it looked like. We were up there pretty high. Wow. And it is a very smooth ride.
We also have, one thing I forgot to mention is that right here we have special air packs that are particular to this unit, and the firefighters put those air packs on. We have a special hose that we connect from our air pack to this fitting right here, and then they breathe air off the fire truck instead of out of their air pack, which is a 30-minute bottle. They're not using the air out of their bottle. They're using it off the fire truck.
Good. So they can use the air in the bottle for inside.
If they need to leave the platform.
Right. Smart. People that make these things know what they're doing.
Yes, they do.
They always think ahead.
They do.
Very cool. And you said I'm up to 1,000 pounds. Well, five men, 500 pounds would be about 5 men. 5 men can fit on here?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's going to be tight, but if we had to, we could get 5 people in here, 4 or 5 firemen in here. Now, the only reason that we would do something like that is if we had to get them to an elevated location.
And get them in.
And get them in.
Right.
We're not going to, if we're running the elevated master stream, a couple of people up here is all you want, just one guy to kind of watch what's happening and another guy to run the nozzle.
Right. Very cool. Well, that was an exciting ride. I thought I would feel it more in my stomach, but I didn't because it was so smooth.
Yeah.
I guess I'll have to go to Astroworld for something like that.
Nothing to it.
Very, very cool.
Nothing to it.
Alrighty.
All right.
I think that's good for now. I hope you enjoyed the show as much as I did. We'll see you again next week for Spotlight. Have a good weekend, a safe weekend. See you later, Huntsville. That was corny. One more time. Okay. Thank you for joining us for this edition of Spotlight. I hope to see you next week. Have a safe weekend, Huntsville.